All right, now this game is just frustrating, right? I mean, Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid in Saudi Arabia, unable to come home with the win. This game was a roller coaster of emotions for me. I don't care. I'm just gonna tell you what I thought. I'm just gonna tell you what I saw. Barcelona came out pretty well. I mean, of course, naturally, Atleti's get good defense, especially in the first half when it's still tied, right? They're really to go ahead and play on the counterattack game. Fair enough. We all knew that was going to happen. So the game essentially going into halftime, everything was good. Movement was good. Barcelona was playing well with some energy. I liked the ball distribution for the most part. Go into halftime, 0-0. All's good except for a draw at that point. Then Barcelona allows Koke to score within the first minute returning from halftime. So we've seen this time and time again. Lapses of attention. Immediately they're down 1-0. But with that being said, Barcelona was still playing well. The movement was there. The fire was there. Okay, down 1-0 in a Supercup in Saudi Arabia without your crowd. But the crowd seemed to be pretty good, pretty into it. I was just happy that the game looked good. The movement was nice. The ball, Then in the 51st minute, Messi does what Messi does. Pulls the ball in and inside the box, strikes it to the left. Boom. Tie game. All right, now we're talking. Now we're cooking with some grease. The movement stays well. The players are putting up quite a bit of opportunities. Then, which was an amazing play, in the 62nd minute, Suarez gathers the ball just past the halfway mark on the right side, passes out left to a streaking Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba then plays the ball back to Suarez, who at that point in time has made it in the 6-yard far post. Heads the ball. Oblak makes a great save. Rebound goes up. Griezmann's trailing right behind to head it in. 2-1 Barcelona. All right. Greece is getting hot. Things look good. Barcelona's moving the ball around. Good movement for the most part. A lot of fluidity down the side. Barcelona then starts to just run it up the gut and then push it out wide if need be. But let's talk about another goal Messi had that was taken back by VAR. Cross goes in. Header by Vidal, who tries to get it. Vidal doesn't get it. Actually, Atletico Madrid's defender hits it up. Messi at the top of the 18 on the right side brings the ball down. It bounces, hits the left side of his bicep, the outside of his bicep, and they call it back. After he plays the ball down, looks at it, places it far post, VAR takes it back. Now, that's not what VAR was created for. Handballs are deliberately handing the ball. Even Messi looked at it like, what are you talking about? They take the goal back. All the fire's there, but they didn't really slow down Barcelona. But I do have to say, whether it was a technical handball, yes, it was. But the outside of your bicep when you're running into the box just to play that ball down, I'm not for all that. I didn't think VAR was created to slow the game down or to make it less prosperous. Whatever. We move on. Then, Messi has a free kick from not far in from the halfway mark, probably about 10 yards in from the halfway mark on the right side. He plays the ball. He doesn't cross it across the goal, actually. He plays the ball down the line to a running Vidal, who uses a sliding cross to get the ball in front of the goal, only to connect with PK to hit the ball in. Great, 3-1, right? Should be 4-1, but we're at 3-1. Nope. VAR decides that because on that run at the beginning of the free kick, Suarez was a step offsides. Suarez didn't touch the ball. That's not what offsides was about. Offsides was about people who were impacting the game. Now, yes, there's an argument to state that anybody on the field could impact the play, so then technically they can't be offsides. But is it not been that long since Even if you were 5 yards offside, if you just walked and didn't take part in the play would continue and the goal would count. What happened? I mean, VAR essentially could be used well, but it essentially is used to slow down the game and because of technicalities call back so many goals. So in a game that would have been 4-1 at this point, yes, you could say that those were both technically fair callbacks from VAR, but really, the naked eye would not have called those a couple years ago. So now we're 2-1, and in the 81st minute, Atletico Madrid was granted a penalty kick. Morata placed it in on Pena. Good effort, but a great penalty shot. No fault there. But at that point, around that 80th minute, Barcelona was starting to get held back. They were tired. They were getting gassed, and it wasn't just one player. I think it was clear. And because of that, Valverde decided he was going to switch out Busquets. Now, yes, Busquets is an older player, and he does need to be subbed because he gets tired, but he wasn't the only one. So it's 2-2. The decision is to bring in Rakitic for Busquets. Umtiti was almost walking on plays. I mean, he was gassed. The whole team was gassed. So, 86th minute, there's a ball played at the center of the field, a 50-50. PK goes in with his ankles together, soft, trying to block the ball. Unfortunately, he didn't. There's a touch. The ball is placed in front of a streaking Correa. He goes all the way down and hits that goal. The winning goal. 3-2, Atletico Madrid. And at that point, even on that run, you could see Umtiti barely jogging back to get back to the goal. I mean, like my boy said last week, even the GOAT needs to get back on defense when you lose the ball. But think about it. There is no sense of urgency of getting back. You're on a breakaway and you're jogging. I'm not saying all the players were, but if you are unable to sprint in that moment, you don't need to be on the field. Period. And this is not the first time Barcelona lose it in the last 10 minutes. So what you're saying to me is that all these players are not in as good a shape as they need to be. I will give Messi credit on this game. There was a moment when Messi tracked back all the way back to the defender to win the ball back and play it to Pena, and the crowd applauded him. It wasn't even Barcelona's home crowd, and the whole crowd applauded him getting back on defense. And that does say something, right? There is a yearning for players to get back and to do their part on the defensive end. With all that being said, Barcelona did play a good game, minus the last 10 minutes. I thought it was a good game. I thought there was a lot of opportunities that were actually closed out, but they were taken back. But with that being said, it doesn't take away the reality that they finished soft. Yes, it's just a Supercopa, but that's not it. Really, it comes down to closing out games. And right now, I feel that is Barcelona's biggest problem. It's hard for them to get that first goal, but when they do, the defenses open up. But when they're tired and those teams are trying to get goals and they're opened up, they're so vulnerable to a counterattack. And maybe we should be subbing defenders that are gassed opposed to, wingers. Just a thought. All right, frustrating win, a loss, but kind of frustrating, but it was a fun game to watch for most of it. It just tailored off like a firecracker with a wet wick.